And we're live.
Hi, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Sorry, I got a little bit of a late start, technical issues with downloading Chrome and everything else. But I'm here. I'm here to talk with you today and connect, and I'm really excited. I've been looking forward to this uh, for the whole month actually. So happy Thursday! Everybody's probably getting ready for the big holidays the next couple of weeks. Um, so thank you for taking time to be here, whether you're here live or you're listening to this recording in your car, or were you cooking, dinner or holiday treats. We just thank you for sharing this time with us. I always thought that it was really weird that, we have the hustle and bustle of the holiday season right in the middle of winter where we're supposed to be like, um, you know, going inward and reflecting and hibernating, being still. And here we are in the middle of the season running around trying to get to places and doing things. But I think that's for another webinar. Today I wanted to talk to you about how GAPS coaches and GAPS practitioners help their clients through the holiday season. Now I say holiday season because most of the world celebrates holidays one way or another. Maybe it's a different part of the year for you, but this is really applicable information for any time actually throughout the year, special occasions, hanging out with friends or family that may not follow the same health paradigm that you do. So these steps can be taken any time of the year, not just the holidays. So I would like to just kind of dive in and share those helpful client tips to be successful in navigating the holiday season on the GAPS protocol. All right. So the first one I would like to share is fail to plan and plan to fail. So this is very true with any sort of protocol you're on, whether you're exercising or you're trying to learn a new skill or you're trying to implement a new way of eating. If you plan to fail and schedule that time to really honor that commitment that you made, you're planning to fail. And so there is some tried and true methods that you can implement to stay focused and on track. One of them is meal planning and meal prepping. So this is a great way to keep track of what you're doing day to day, what you have on your plate, who is involved. So maybe it's a family affair. Maybe you pick one day to make all of your GAPS foods, and maybe you invite your family in or some friends around, and you make meat stock and yogurt and sauerkraut and creme fraiche, and you make just all of these nourishing GAPS foods to get you through that holiday season in those winter months. And maybe it's just you, and it's your time to be with yourself, to put love into your food, put on a great podcast or music, and then just really enjoy that time that you have in the kitchen by yourself to, like I said, reflect or learn something new and just be present with your food and the effort that you're putting into yourself. One of the resources that I really, really love is Downshiftology. She's not fully GAPS. She's all about eating whole foods and gluten free, and I believe dairy free. But we do dairy on GAPS. We do cultured dairy first, so we believe in the power of real, beautiful dairy. But she has a very beautiful template that you could follow. She has a wonderful YouTube channel where she explains it step by step, but she makes elements of different foods or different meals. So you always have something ready in the kitchen. So she'll roast a big chunk of meat, whether it's like a pot roast or a pork shoulder. She roasts a couple of different like chicken breasts, things like that, to have on hand as a quick protein. She also chops up what I call her veggies, which she's not using right away. She'll put in water to keep them fresh. So like carrot sticks and all that, which is totally full GAPS. And then she'll make some sauces or some dips that you can use throughout the week to kind of change it up. So I think that is a really a great way to approach GAPS as well. So you would make all your meat stock. So that way you would have your protein for the week, the chicken or the beef or the fish. You would have the vegetables from that protein or from that meat stock. And then you can make yogurt. You can chop up and roast some veggies if you're on full GAPS or a later stage. So that way you have them in the refrigerator and you can just kind of heat them up in the oven and go, and you have that for you. And then you can make different kind of sauces to put on, like a great hollandaise sauce. You can make like a dressing out of yogurt and herbs. That would be great. So that's a really great way of approaching having those elements in the refrigerator and it's ready to go. So it's just grab and go, and you can put like a bowl together, or you can heat it up. Put some different elements in soup that you have already prepared. Like you can put roasted veggies in soups, or you can just cut up some vegetables so that way you can just drop it into the meat stock as it's heating up if you're on the early stages. So that is just really a great way to be prepared for the holiday season. And then if you're going somewhere, you're going somewhere, you can go ahead and bring your own food. I've done this multiple times. I just have a cute little cooler bag that brings me joy with some cute little storage containers that I put my food in. And then, I'll set it off to the side when I get to whatever. Usually it's my in-laws functions that I bring my food to. And, when everybody starts eating, I just quietly take out my little cute Tupperware, and it's not Tupperware, but it's glass storage containers or stainless steel. And I just enjoy my holiday meal with them. So that way, you can bring enough for yourself, or if you want to share and introduce people to a beautiful way of eating beautiful, real whole foods, you can do that as well. I usually bring enough for everybody just in case somebody wants to try, because I'll inevitably get, oh, that looks so good. What is that? So I'm like, oh, you want to try a little bit? So I'll take some out and they can try it. You can also eat ahead of time. So if you're going to a function where there'll be, processed foods, you don't want to, have temptation. You can just eat your meat stock, eat your meal ahead of time, have a great hearty soup, make sure you have plenty of fat with it. And then, you can bring some meat stock or with you to sip out of a to-go cup, or, you could bring a little tiny snack. If you want, fat bombs are really great. The honey butter mixture is really amazing too, especially frozen. That's really good to pop in. So you can bring something really small so that you're not kind of tempted and you stay on track, but you're eating ahead of time so that you're satiated. And like I said, plenty of protein and fat will help keep you satiated, so you're not tempted around all that holiday food and treats that may not bring the best, the best health forward. Okay. So you can, instead of going to a full-on meal with somebody, you could have a social hour. So you could meet somebody and then just bring your meat stock or a GAPS mocktail with beet kvass. We make beet kvass with beets and ginger. You can put a little bit of carrot in there and then ferment it. And that's a really great tonic to have. You can add some stuff to it as well. There's great recipes that you can look at on the internet to make a GAPS mocktail. So that way you're participating in the activity, but you're not compromising your health to do it. And then, like a beet and carrot juice. I have apple, beet, cranberry, and ginger with a little bit of beet kvass for that fizz. That would be really good. Okay. This is my favorite one. No is a complete sentence. You do not owe anyone an explanation for your choice of health journey. This, I love this saying. It's something that I embrace, and I've had a hard time embracing over the years. But after hearing this phrase, I'm like, no is a complete sentence. Don't feel obligated to defend or justify your choice to take hold of your health and wellness. That is your personal decision, your choice, and you're honoring it and you're committed to it. So like I said, you don't owe anybody an explanation. No is a complete sentence. So let's try it. Would you like this holiday cookie that was made with GMO flour, seed oils, and unhealthy unhealthy sugars. No, thank you. So that's all you have to say. You don't owe an explanation. All right. Remember your why. So it's easy to get caught up in the moment in society where instant gratification is just like king. So keeping your why front and center will help you make choices for your health that is ultimately what you want and what you're working so hard for. So you can keep this on a piece of paper in your pocket so you can bring it out and refer to it even before you go into functions or you go into Costco and are tempted by those samples. You can put it on a piece of jewelry too. There's something called My Intent bracelet that is really great. They have a bracelet or a necklace that has a little round metal charm, and then you pick the word that you want and they'll put the word on there. So you could choose empower, you could choose health, you could choose just any word that speaks to you and your journey that you can look at and you can remember, okay, this is why I'm doing this, and this is why I hold this dear. And so that way you don't stray. And along those same lines, positive affirmations and setting intentions. So I find this incredibly helpful as well. Dr. Natasha and the GAPS team actually spoke about this on our last Q&A webinar. So when you get up in the morning, set aside a few minutes to meditate on your intentions for the day and repeat positive affirmations that empower and inspire you to keep to your goals. So I like to use index cards. So I have a pack of index cards that I keep close to me. I have a little clip that goes on with them, and I'll keep them with me. I bring a bag everywhere I go. So I'll keep them in my bag. And then when I'm feeling a little down or kind of lost, I'll look at those index cards and they have my goals on there. They have positive affirmations. They have my, the steps that I'm doing to achieve my goal. So those I found really, really helpful to keep with me, to keep me on track. Also, you could put them on in your bathroom or anywhere you are, all the time. I'm in my bathroom, for brushing my teeth, showering, putting on, lotions and stuff. You're in there all the time throughout the day. So you can go and put them on your bathroom mirror. You can get a beautiful, they have really beautiful Post-its now, heart shape, whatever shape you want, and you can write them and you can stick them all over your mirror, stick them all over your wall. Heck, if you wanted to paint on your wall your positive affirmations and your goals, go ahead. It's your bathroom. You can do what you want. And I think that would be a beautiful way of honoring your journey as well. And so just a quick note on that. Dr. Natasha brought up on our webinar something really beautiful where you want to be careful of the words you choose. So positive versus negative, right? So for example, you say, I choose to be healthy instead of, I don't want to be sick. Your body's going to hear healthy or your body's going to hear sick and act accordingly. So you want to be very, very careful with the words you choose. Have them be positive, uplifting, and don't choose words that might focus on a negative aspect. All right. So another thing we tell our clients is to schedule non-food activities. So this could be, going to the Christmas tree farm. And like I said, you can bring your cup of meat stock or, your mocktail if you want. You could go paint, we have painted plate where you can paint ceramics, or you can take a new class together for the holiday season and just spend that time together. You can go miniature golfing, just anything that will really bring you joy and that you can have that memory and that experience with your friends or family. And this can be really truly personalized to you, to fit you. It can be extravagant or as simple as you want. It's up to you to decide. So also with that, don't forget about yourself. This, holiday seasons or just busy times of the year, people tend to put themselves last or say, hey, no, I'll get around to it, or it's really not that important, I'll do it tomorrow. Like that says, when you're on the airplane, you put on your oxygen mask first. This is no exception. So you make sure you schedule that self-care time that you need to regenerate, to reflect, to be with yourself and be present, because that is truly healing. So some examples of this could be setting aside time to read your favorite book. It could be taking a detox bath by candlelight with some really great, music or binaural beats. Carving out time to exercise. Like so many people put that off, like, oh, I just woke up late, I don't have time. Really carve out that time, and it does so many great things for your body. It gets your body moving and mobile. It gets your endorphins going. So don't write that off as something that you can just put aside and get to later. Taking yourself on a date to your favorite place, or maybe just even discovering a new place in your area. I know there's tons of places I haven't been yet, so just taking yourself out and going for your favorite hike or discovering a new one, trying a new activity in your area, or learning a new skill, signing up for voice lessons. That would be amazing. Learning how to sing and project. So the sky's the limit. You can be creative with this as well. You can set up a gathering, like I said, with family and friends that focuses on a special activity or tradition. There's so many great options. Making ceramics, you can have a board game night. You can do a polar plunge, which we've done as a family. Exploring holiday lights, scavenger hunt. It's one of my son's favorite birthdays. Is we went on I created a scavenger hunt to go around our town, and he just had a blast. We went to all these different places. Some are our favorites, some we've never been, and we just had such a great time. You can break out into teams and make it like a contest, and it's just such a great way to spend together and create memories. Definitely bring a camera, or everybody has phones now with cameras, so take lots of pictures. If you have trouble coming up with something like for a scavenger hunt or something to do, there's this great book called Adventure Challenge that has a whole bunch of great ideas. You scratch one off on the day you choose, and you have to do that adventure. So it could be like, going to the local thrift store and picking out an outfit for each other. And then you have to wear the outfit that the other person chose, and you buy it and you wear it out on the town. And it can be as silly as you want. That's a really good one. An axe throwing place just opened up the road from us. So that could be a really good one to kind of try something new. And then, so you can really have fun with that. So another thing to keep on track on the holidays and not kind of focused on, food or maybe some activities that are less healthy. Having a winter project. This is from an article I read a while ago that I totally fell in love with. I believe it's from the Nordic culture, where the winters are long and dark and cold. However, they embrace every season. They always say that there's no bad weather, only bad clothes. So this project is a project you will pick that you want to work on through the winter months. So it can be perfecting a recipe or a cooking skill. Like maybe you really want to perfect your beef kvass, or you really want to perfect that beef meat stock. You can work on that. You can work on an art project to really get that creative side out, and that helps release endorphins as well. You can learn a language, practice a new form of body movement. You can try barre, Pilates. And since we're in the winter months, you can slow down that exercise. You can really be present with calisthenics. Like I said, barre, Pilates, those are really great winter exercises to do. So this is a project that will be close to your heart, or one you have been meaning to try. So maybe it's something you've been thinking about a long time, or something you just heard about and said, you know what, I really want to carve time and make that happen. So that is a really good idea as well. Okay, you can host a GAPS holiday gathering. So share the amazing world of GAPS with your family and friends. There's so much delicious food on GAPS. Chef Monica always says that GAPS is French cooking without the bread. Absolutely, I find that true. So you can create full GAPS recipes that are nourishing, fun, and a new way for your family to eat or your friends. You don't even have to tell them it's GAPS because it is quite literally just real traditional food made with love and light. And who knows, they may be inspired to join you on your GAPS journey. There's so many great recipes to find on the internet, and I'll kind of go over a few of them that I've pulled up for you guys. And lastly, be kind to yourself. So you gave in and you had a piece of Grandma's Famous Fudge. It happens. There's no need to be hard on yourself. You are human and it's okay. Give yourself some grace the same way you would give a friend grace who had made a mistake. As again, Chef Monica would say, bless it and go. Do not dwell on it. So it's just maybe incorporate, like I said in the next point, have detox protocols ready. So be ready to incorporate those detox protocols in case, you did have that little piece of fudge that Grandma was just like, no, you have to try, you eat it every year. These are detox protocols are great to have written down and ready to go. You have everything on hand you need to do them. So that can include detox baths. So you have your baking soda, you have your Epsom salt or your seaweed powder, your apple cider vinegar. You have that all on hand that you can just throw it into the tub and fill it up and sit in it for 20 minutes and help your body to kind of really process through that. Or you can, if you don't have a bathtub, you can do a foot bath as well. So you can just take a stainless steel big bowl. I think we all have that bowl that's huge in our house. That is the throw up bowl. I think we all have that bowl, right? That it's like a multi-purpose bowl, but it always ends up being kind of the throw up bowl. As long as it's clean, you throw it, you scrub it out and stuff. And then, you can use that as a foot bath. So that is one thing you can do. Also have an enema kit on hand to perform an enema if you feel like you need one. You're a little bit constipated or you're just kind of feeling a little malaise, just need kind of a boost and getting all that stuff, getting the toxins out. That is a good thing to have on hand. Stock up on castor oil. You want to look for organic, cold pressed. You want to have it be in a glass amber bottle. Some really good ones are the Heritage Store and Queen of Thrones. Those are some really good options. You want to also stock up on, castor oil packs. So the wool or the wraparounds, the organic linen that you will use to put your castor oil on. And then just do a castor oil pack. It's about 20 minutes. You just pour it onto your cloth. You stick it on your liver or you stick it on your thyroid, wherever you want. And then you put like a non-electric water bottle on there and then just sit and be with yourself for like 20 minutes and have it do its thing. Castor oil is so great to help the liver, and it's a really good way to unwind in the day. Find a friend or a place with a sauna. So if you have a sit-in sauna or you have a friend that has a sit-in sauna, or you want to go with a friend to a local gym and that has a sauna in it and just pay for a sauna session, or what's popping up is salt rooms. So you go and you sit. We have one locally that I absolutely adore. You go sit in this room full of salt. So there's like coarse salt all over the ground. The walls are made of salt, and then they put a salt. What is it? Like, it's not a fan, but it spits out micro pieces of salt in the air. So it's like salt everywhere, and you just sit in there for 40 minutes is a session that we have, and it just helps you breathe, detox your lungs. It's a really good self-care act as well. And lastly, I know it's winter. I know most of the Northern Hemisphere is cold and, like I said, dark, and I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so it's wet, but go outside, especially first thing in the morning. Go outside, go barefoot if you can. with minimal clothes, especially, like I said, in that morning light. It'll help set your circadian rhythm. It will help you to your hormones to set. It will, you're getting that light in your eyes, even if it's cloudy, you're getting that light in your eyes to get your body clocks going. And then when we're functioning optimally, we're less likely to give in to temptation if we're feeling good, or if we're, if we're have energy and things like that. We're not looking for that quick pick me up. So it's really important to get outside first thing in the morning and go for a walk. Like I said, there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothes. So there's, try and get outside and go for a hike, or just spend time, sitting outside and reading if you can. It's just really important to not kind of coop yourself up in the house. You want to get that fresh air. You want to get that sunlight on your skin. And you want to get that earth beneath your feet. So that's kind of what I had for all the tips that we kind of share with clients to kind of navigate that holiday season. All right. I don't know if anybody had any questions about that. I'd be happy to answer them. I will share my screen because I do have a few resources that I can share. It's always kind of tricky. Screen. Okay. Tips for sharing screen. Let's see. It will pop up. Oh, okay. Window. I think, yeah, Bumblebee Apothecary. Share. Okay. Can you see Bumblebee Apothecary's screen, my tech Caroline?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So this, so those GAPS recipes that we were talking about, some really great resources to have on hand to go to is Bumblebee Apothecary. That's from Marissa Tolsma. She is one of our CGCs that is just rocking it with everything that GAPS food, GAPS living, natural personal care items and household items. So she is just a really great one-stop shop for everything GAPS. She has an amazing YouTube channel as well, where she goes over of different elements of the GAPS protocol. She has nourishing recipes right here that you can go and see. Look at that. Nobody would be mad if you serve that for a holiday get together, So it's so you can look in here for different ideas for, like I said, breakfast, lunch, dinner. She has desserts and drinks. Really, oh, there she is right there. It's beautiful. So that's really good. And if you need a really amazing gift, she has do-it-yourself skincare and remedies. So you could make different recipes she has on her website, or she has reviewed different products as well. That's from like the Wellness Mama Katie. She does that wellness for the toothpaste. She even shows you how to make it really cute for giving as gifts. So it's something that you could go and learn from, and either household products or, like I said, skincare products. They're really great gifts. All right, the next one, did it switch over to Timeless Cookery? Just so I'm making sure. Instagram page. I think so.
Yes, it did.
Awesome. Okay. So this is Timeless Cookery. This is Emma Goodwin. She is also a CGC coach that is rocking it. She is amazing for recipes and, just life tips when following the GAPS protocol. So her Instagram is a really great one to follow. This is the new, Drink Milk campaign, which is the Kefir campaign. So she is just really great for inspiration too. She does a lot of lives on her Facebook that you can follow, and she just talks about different elements of the GAPS protocol. And then this is her website, Timeless Cookery. You can join her her Timeless Cookery cooking club. So she has great recipes on there, and then as well, so you can share them with your family and friends. You can make them for meals that you're going to bring to a party. And then Kate Pope, she is believe is a CGP. She is all about nourishing mothers and children through preconception to pregnancy to the child being born, what the first foods and beyond. So she would be really good. She's actually a chef as well. So she would be really good to follow for recipes. And if you have little ones that you want to start on the GAPS protocol, or just start, hey, where do I start with introducing food? She would be a good one to follow too. Her Instagram is Wild Nutritionist. She has also a really great website. Mama and Baby Biome, First Food Plan, Picky Eaters, Free Meat Stock Guide class, and then the Regenerative Cooking School website. So definitely check out her resources. And then this is Be Well Clinic. This is from Amy Mahali, which is a GAPS instructor, a CGP, and a nurse practitioner. So she has really taken the time to put all these GAPS foods and recipes on her website. Her YouTube channel is also great too, to show you how to make meat stock, meal preps for the GAPS diet. So definitely check out her website. She has done a really great job at breaking all of that down for you. And then one other one I wanted to show you, let's see, Facebook, yeah. I'm going to go to, it's my personal Facebook page. This is Chef Monica's Facebook page, Ask the GAPS Chef, Monica Corrado. This is a really, really, really amazing place to come to kind of gather support from GAPS professionals, GAPS newbies, GAPS veterans. It's a really good place to get your questions answered. Chef Monica's on here all of the time answering questions about the GAPS protocol. What's GAPS compliant, what's not, any concepts that you might need a little bit of explanation on. She is one of our GAPS instructors as well. She teaches the cooking techniques. So anything that you're stuck on, like, hey, my meat stock's not gelling, or what do I make for a holiday party? She would be the person to go to and ask. The page is searchable right here. You click on the little magnifying glass and you type in your keywords for what you're looking for, and it might pop up. This is also, if you ask your question, post your question on her Facebook page, she'll get back to you, but also GAPS veterans that have been doing this for a long time and GAPS professionals that see this on a daily basis with their clients will also chime in and provide their either clinical knowledge and experience, or just their self experience as they're navigating the protocol with either themselves or their family. So that is a really good page to join if you are wanting a little help with your GAPS protocol and staying on track during the holiday season. All right. And then, let's see, disappeared. To stop sharing. So it should be me again. Hello. I don't know if anybody has any questions, or I can talk about our upcoming sessions. We have one starting CGP, so a certified GAPS practitioner training starting in March, and then our certified GAPS coach training starting in April of 2025 that we're really excited about. It's a new year, 2025. I know my husband, well, actually my family, my son, my husband, and I, we kind of sit down and we talk about goals the last 2 weeks of the year. Some personal goals we want to accomplish, some goals we want to accomplish as a family. And then my husband and I will sit down, and it's this weekend, so I'm really excited. My husband and I will sit down for like a full day, sometimes even 2 days, and we will go over all aspects of our life. So we will go over our goals, our family goals, personal goals. We will go over finances, kind of our family values, like our family core values, our family mission statement, and if anything needs to be adjusted, added to, or if that's no longer, something that we hold near and dear, kind of trimmed off. So we will go over all of that information. We'll schedule like maintenance for the house and things like that. And the GAPS protocol is involved in that discussion. So like how we're going to eat, some food, like some food values we have, and then, you know, what days are going to be great for meal prepping and things like that. We're getting ready to do that this weekend. And so I'm getting all prepared. I have my notebook all ready and full. And so I bring a lot, and sometimes it overwhelms my husband, but he's such a good sport, and he's very supportive. So I'm really grateful that we can have that conversation, and he doesn't like, oh man, you know, I don't know, liver pate again. He's really supportive. So especially if you make liver pate, like Chef Monica was saying, our last Q&A webinar, that you have to make it it has to be something that you want to eat. It has to be delicious, and there's easy ways of doing that. You can add herbs, lots and lots of butter or sour cream, and then just gently cook the liver. You don't want it browned all the way through. You want it a little pink inside. You don't want it to be shoe leather. You just want it to, you know, be cooked just enough, and then you know, onions and herbs with it, sauteed with it, and then you just blend it all up with a lot of butter or sour cream, and it's just amazing. So yeah, it helps if you make things that taste good. So don't be afraid to, you know, to spice up your food using herbs and some allowed spices that we have in our GAPS repertoire. But yeah, so as GAPS training 2025, we are looking to make it our biggest year as far as training CGPs and CGCs. We have a lot of exciting things coming up that are in the works that we're looking forward to sharing with you. So we want you to be a part of our community, whether you are taking our trainings or just a part of the GAPS community. We have our GAPS OnCon coming up in February, at the end of February, and it's all about metabolic syndrome. So actually, I will share my screen again. Take a sip of water. Window. Yes. Okay. So, yay, GAPS OnCon 2025. So this is for anybody that's interested in learning more about GAPS. You can just be new to GAPS and kind of like, hey, I just found out about this thing and I really want to learn more about it. Somebody that's been following us for a long time, a GAPS veteran, somebody that has been trained by one of our certification trainings. You know, it's open to the public, and it's such a great event. My first one that I went to was actually, I wasn't working for a GAPS training at the moment. So I got to experience it from a attendee point of view. And I have gone to a lot of conferences and even hosted a lot of conferences as well with different organizations. And this one was by far the most in-person feel of an online conference. It was so great. The community is just, you know, amazing. Everybody shares their information, their experiences, their resources. There's great conversations on the community board. There's meetups, virtual meetups that people arrange. So it's always hustle and bustle on the community boards, and, you know, just connecting with different people. Great way if you're a GAPS professional to kind of gauge what the big questions are with the GAPS protocol and how it looks in real life application. So it's a really amazing thing to attend as a GAPS professional, so you can see what people are asking, maybe where the holes in knowledge are, so you can then offer that either that service or, you know, write a blog or do a YouTube video on that topic and share it with the GAPS community. So our GAPS OnCon this year is from February 28th to March 2nd, 2025. We have 3 days, 8 keynote speakers, 6 featured bonus sessions, GAPS fundamental session, the GAPS Science Foundation, which is taking off as far as, you know, the GAPS Science. So Dr. Natasha put the GAPS Science Foundation together so we could have some science, the case studies, and some science that we know where it's coming from Firstall, and that we can share with people who have questions about how the GAPS protocol, helps with different medical conditions. So they're having a GAPS-a-thon during the OnCon. We have an essential replay Sunday track and a Just for Kids gym track, which my 11-year-old participates in. He helps host during those times. He gets he gets dressed up in his finest button-down shirt. And he really looks forward to it every single year. And then we have contests and prizes to give out to attendees as well. So this year is about metabolic syndrome. So Metabolic Syndrome Demystified, discover how the GAPS nutritional protocol addresses this condition. And this is a wide condition, right? A lot of things affect our metabolic health. So we have great topics that we are going to share with you, whether it's about food and the intake or artificial light, and in different stages of life, how your metabolic health changes in different stages of life. So we're really, really excited. We are still in a little bit of the planning stages. So definitely check back to this website as we get closer to the event, and we'll be adding to it regularly. But Dr. Natasha speaks. And then Julia Delgarova, she is our GAPS Youth Movement Outreach Coordinator. She's amazing. She's an amazing, I think she's 19 now, and just such a great head on her shoulders. She's so passionate and compassionate, and she's just she's such a great joy to have on our team. Amy Mahali will be speaking. Again, that's one of our GAPS instructors. Dr. Stephanie Seneff. So it's just, like I said, really great event. Consider, coming and participating in the conversation. We also have live Q&As with the speakers after their presentations, so you can go ahead and ask questions that maybe you have that popped up during their talk. And if you wanted to register, there's that blue button kind of, on the couple places on that page. You can go ahead and register. And right now, until January 1st, we have our early bird special going on. So full experience tickets, that's for the 3 days, is $189 instead of the $249. So you want to take advantage of that. We also have youth tickets, and then the Saturday GAPS-a-thon all-day ticket. So yeah, and if you have any questions, feel free to email us at gaps@gapstraining.com, and we'll make sure you get the information you need. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think it's me again, right?
It's you again. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Just a little bit about our upcoming sessions. I know that I had talked about. So let's see. So the Certified GAPS Practitioner training will begin March 7th, so Friday, March 7th, 2025, and run through June 23rd, 2025. It is a 15-week program. We will take you through the GAPS protocol from start to finish. We'll take you through detox. You'll have a practice client, and then we'll actually have you implement some of that GAPS protocol. So you'll be implementing the 21-day intro diet during this time, and we'll also have you administer an enema and journal about your experience. So you'll turn in that journal. We will have you in the kitchen practicing the GAPS cooking techniques, and you'll get feedback from Chef Monica about how you did. If there's any challenges, she can help you overcome those challenges, kind of troubleshoot. She will also give you feedback if it really help you master those cooking techniques. So that always seems to be a favorite. I know that was one of mine, the cooking techniques to get in the kitchen and actually do the protocol as you would ask a client to do. So you have that firsthand knowledge of what you're asking a client to do, and then you can help to troubleshoot your client's issues. Say their meat stock won't gel, say their their bikavas or sauerkraut has this white little kind of fuzz on top. What is that? It's calm yeast. It's okay. You can just kind of scrape it off And so we teach you, we go through all of that during the training. You will also have GAPS guide chats. So this happens on a specific day every week that you will meet with a GAPS, the kind of a GAPS guide or mentor. So they're a CGP or CGC for the CGC class. They are a graduate that has come back. They have a practice, they're seeing clients, and they have come back to help students really grasp the GAPS concepts, answer any questions you have, just share their experience with using the protocol with their clients in real-world applications. So that has been very valuable to our students. And then we have Q&A webinars for both trainings. These are Q&A webinars with the GAPS instructors. So you'll have Amy Mahali, you have Chef Monica, Dr. Natasha, and then for these GAPS coaches, you'll also have Linda Patterson, who is our expert with fussy eating and mealtime management. So you have access to her as you will learn that in the GAPS coach training. These are 2 hours long, and we record all live events so that if you, because we know that everybody has different schedules, everybody's in different times of the world. So we do record all those live events so you can watch them at a time that is more convenient for you. And then if you have any questions during the training, or say you have a question that comes up after you watched one of the recordings of the live events, we have a very active forum that you can go and ask your questions directly to the GAPS instructors, the GAPS guides, or if you're having trouble navigating the training portal, you can ask a question to myself. So I will be with you every step of the way from the moment that you contact us interested in joining the training all the way to you graduating and earning your CGC or CGP certificate. So I will be your go-to person for anything kind of admin in the training, or if you need support in any way, I will help you throughout. So you will have me to guide you through. You're not on your own. And that's just one of the best things about my job is I get to learn all about your guys' stories and kind of see you interested in GAPS. I'm like, okay, this is something I want to do. I'm excited to. You're going to go out there and you're going to change the world, and you're so confident. And I really love to see those light bulb moments when everything just starts sort of clicking as you're going through the training and you're learning. So that's something that brings me lots and lots of joy. So the Certified GAPS Coach training will commence on Friday, April 11th, and 2025, and run through Monday, July 28th, 2025. Again, that is also a 15-week training. So you have 15 weeks with us to really dive into the GAPS protocol. We do offer for the GAPS coaches kind of a client consultation, because as a GAPS, so to qualify for the Certified GAPS Practitioner training, you have to have extensive formal training in nutrition, anatomy and physiology, and biochemistry. You also have to be actively seeing clients. So this is where you have an active practice. You're actively seeing clients on a day-to-day basis. You have a client's consultation process already in play with your own dedicated clients' intake documents and assessment forms. So those are the qualifications that we look for when you're looking to enroll in the CGP training. And the CGC training, the GAPS coach training, we like to see paraprofessionals. So maybe you're a social worker, or maybe you're a teacher, you are a psychologist, or you're somebody that has implemented the GAPS protocol with yourself or with a family member, with a friend, and you've walked them through, you've guided them, you've read the book, you've participated in the communities, you're just wanting to take that next step to really making this a career, making GAPS, creating a GAPS business and really going out there and making a difference. The coach training would be for you. That we have, so we will, again, in both trainings, teach you the protocol from the very beginning of the introduction diet all the way through coming off of GAPS. We will teach you the cooking techniques, really dive into that. You will have, we will present all of the detoxification protocols and really how to customize the protocol to each individual client. because every client will look different. Every client will have different symptoms, will be in a different place in their health. So as you work the protocol, you might run into them having, more symptoms, maybe a little bit more die-off than you were expecting. So you will learn tools to navigate that die-off to help them, not have so much, not feel so kind of crummy. That keto flu that everybody talks about when people go on keto, it's like that dumping of toxins and things like that. So we teach you how to navigate that so your client can still, handle day-to-day life and not feel as, not be down and out for a couple of days. So we go through that. And then, like I said, you have live support. We also offer in the coach training. So since the coach training, you don't come to us in active practice. You can, but that's not a requirement. We teach you a client consultation process that you can implement with your clients and provide client documents that are already done for you that you can go and use in your practice. We also, for GAPS coaches, go over fussy eating, like I said, and mealtime management with Linda Patterson. That is, we have a whole module dedicated to that. So if you're going to work with kids, even sometimes, small kids, bigger kids, sometimes, like I said, it even works for adults too, the whole fussy eating mealtime management thing. That's such a really great resource to have. So we also offer in both trainings, business, a little bit of business resources. So Jessica Pantramule from Holistic Entrepreneurship Association, she comes and does the 5-step roadmap to beginning your business. And then once you graduate, she will be in the graduate portal, and she'll have a webinar series that dives a little bit deeper into the business aspect of your GAPS practice for both the CGPs and the CGCs. And then she offers a 3-month complimentary membership to her Holistic Entrepreneurship Association. So that's really great, really great benefit to take advantage of once you graduate. And then what else do I want to say about the trainings? Oh, we have in both trainings, we have done for you GAPS group lessons. So these are 10 different PowerPoint lessons that we have put together that you can utilize to host, whether it's virtually or in person, GAPS groups. So you can educate all of your clients at one time about GAPS concepts, GAPS protocol, things like that. So those are for you to use in your practice. And then
it's 12 lessons.
Well, I knew it. I said 10 and I'm like, no, it's not. It's 12. Yes, 12 lessons. I apologize. I knew it as soon as I said it too. Thank you, Caroline. But that's a really great resource to have, and that's already done for you and ready to go, and you can just present it to your client base. We also have your assignments, your essay assignments, your practical cooking assignments. We really design that to have you use those as client resources once you're in practice. So we want your essays written from the point of view of educating a client, so then you can utilize those as a blog post, as a client handout, or maybe as the beginning of a script for a YouTube video that you can post on your YouTube channel. So we try and really set you up for success. So once you graduate, you can take off and go and start your practice. And then, so once you graduate, you have access, you get a free year membership to the grad portal, both for CGPs and CGCs. And that is an amazing benefit to have. It is full of lots of resources. I'm trying to think of where to go first. First, I guess the Q&A webinar. So the graduate webinars. So we have, I think, over 3 years, maybe 4 years of graduate webinars. And these webinars are from our GAPS instructors, Dr. Natasha, or a guest speaker talking about a GAPS concept, or a Q&A session, or something that complements the GAPS protocol. We have one from Mary Ruddick that goes all about oxalates and plant toxins. have one from Dr. Becky Plotner about how to read the body, different things to look for. So once you finish your formal education, you can dive into this continuing education and still learn so much about GAPS and learn from GAPS professionals, whether it's a GAPS coach or a GAPS practitioner that has been implementing the GAPS diet for a while. So it's a really great place to continue your learning. You get to connect with your fellow colleagues through a forum. And we also have a messaging system in case you wanted to do, one-on-one connecting, but we have a wonderful forum that you can connect and share your experiences, recipes, resources. And then you have your GAPS listing in there. So once you graduate, your business can be listed on Dr. Natasha's site, gaps.me. And you can have your business listing there. And that's where we send people who contact us for, hey, I really want to see a GAPS practitioner or a GAPS coach. We give them that website and they go and find their practitioner or coach. And then the newest thing I want to talk about is the GAPS Consilium. And this was started by two of our graduates, Sunny, she is a CGP, and Camilla, she is a CGC, Camilla. They have started the GAPS Consilium, and this is where our graduate base comes, I think once a month or once every month, and they share case studies. So they will go over a few case studies, present from different, the graduates all will bring some case studies that they have, either successes or they're just kind of like, I'm lost on this. And together as a community of graduates, you go over these case studies and you offer pearls of wisdom, or you learn some things that have worked for them in their practice. So it's a really great way to stay in contact and up to date with how the GAPS protocol is being utilized in many, many different ways. So they've just started it the last couple of months, and it's just been such a great thing to watch come to life and fruition. So I'm really excited to see where it goes. Okay. And then, like I said, we have those business resources in the GAPS in the grad portal as well. So there's tons of resources. There's a research repository with science studies, scientific studies that will help. And then, it's such a great resource. And once that year is done, your first year, it's only $99 US dollars to keep your membership active, and you have access to all of that. So I think it's definitely well worth it. Plus you get a discount on your entry to OnCon as well that we offer our graduates. Yeah. Okay. I think, Caroline, did I miss anything? I think I covered everything.
Oh, I don't think so. That was great, unless you have something else you need to cover.
I was just going to say, so tuition is for both trainings is $2,750 US dollars. This can be made in one payment, and if you make it in one payment, you receive $200 off. It can also be made in monthly payments. So that information is all in the enrollment packet, or if you want more detailed information, definitely reach out to me at gaps@gapstraining.com, and I'll be happy to provide that. As a bonus for anybody that's signing up for our trainings, we have an enrollment bonus for you. You will receive access to the OnCon Highlight Showcase. It's valued at $349. It's an exclusive resource that has over 20 hours of top tier content from the OnCon conferences held from 2021 to 2024. It's an excellent way to earn your continuing education credits if you have those to keep up on and experience the wealth of knowledge that we share during our annual OnCon online conferences. So that is an enrollment bonus that is available to you once you enroll. I think that was it. Yeah. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed, learning about all the different tips to help navigate, help people navigate, clients or even yourself navigate the holidays, it can be a stressful time, and a time of, just, yeah, it can be hard. But you have tools in place, and you just have to remember why you're doing it. You have to remember, I want to feel good. I want to be healthy. I want to do the things that have, that's been keeping me from living my life. So it's just really important to kind of keep that in mind. And it doesn't have to be revolve around food or even activities that aren't good for your health. It can be this new experience, or these new memories that you create, these new traditions that you create, like the scavenger hunt, maybe painting pottery, a piece of pottery every year that you can share then with your grandchildren as you progress through life, and just become something special to you. So don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to try something that's out of the ordinary. We're all on this earth to have experiences, and firsthand experiences. So definitely take advantage of that.
We have a lady named Liz in chat, and she says that I recommend, hold on, I gotta scroll back. Recommend Emma Goodwin in the UK as a speaker. She is a certified GAPS practitioner. Tremendous. Yes, she is. And then she said her kid had pandas, the protein, I forget what it's called, PANDAS stands for, but she said that it's been essential for his recovery, and he no longer has it. So that is just incredible, Liz. We're so thrilled to hear that GAPS helped to heal your son. Amazing.
I know we get those stories all the time in our inbox, and they're so, every single one of them just, fills your heart. And it's just like, this is why we do this. This is amazing. We have a student in our CGC class right now, Jessica. She helped, heal her daughter through, she has a genetic, do you remember, Caroline?
No, but it's a severe, they didn't expect her to live a full life, and she's doing amazing. So
she's amazing. And so she shares her story on Dr. Anthony Chaffee's podcast. Is Jessica Roman. So if you wanted to check that out, and now she's in the program, and she's going to help people, or kids with the same condition. And I think that's just beautiful. She took something, she helped her daughter, having a thriving life, and she put in that work and earned that knowledge, and then she's going out and helping other people. So I think that is truly amazing. So
it really is. And then we had another statement that came through in the chat, or question, I should say. It was about GAPS OnCon being a virtual event or in person. And I would just want to reiterate that it is virtual, but it's on an amazing platform. It's called Whova, WHOVA. And it's interactive and dynamic. There's gamification, and there's fun contests, and there's roundtables, and there are community boards and virtual sponsor booths. And we've had a lot of people say, this was an online event, but I felt even more connected in some ways than some in-person events that I went to. So we really work hard to make it that kind of live feeling, interactive feeling event. But the great thing is that the platform is open 1 month. It's January 20th. So if you get your ticket now, you get the best price, right? Because it's the early bird. We'll be finishing early bird on December 31st. We may have to extend it just because of the holidays, but right now our early bird discount period ends December 31st. And so, but that January 20th, you'll have a whole month in the Whova event portal for GAPS OnCon 2025 to just surf around, get to know things, download the handouts and the things that the speakers are putting up over time. You want to check back every week because there's new stuff in the portal and the web portal and the mobile app all the time for GAPS OnCon, especially the month before the actual event begins. But you can meet up with people like Jen said and converse with them on community boards, visit virtual sponsor booths, and just have a lot of fun just getting integrated with the online GAPS community. And there are people from around the world, hundreds and hundreds of people show up, and the lectures are amazing. I just lost my tablet. Hold on. The lectures are amazing, and there's live Q&As after the keynote lectures, and there are just so many things to do on the portal that make you feel integrated and connected to other people. So it may be a virtual online event, but it really has a live feel to it. And yeah. And so and then regular ticket sales will go on sale in the new year, which are still very affordable. And we have youth tickets as well for young people who want to have their own login. So as a parent, you can allow your children to see any of the lectures they'd like, especially the gym track, the GAPS Youth Movement track, but they won't have a separate login. They'll be under your ticket. So if you wanted to watch a session at the same time, you couldn't if your child wanted to watch something. But we have a discounted youth ticket, and that allows them just to have their own login so they can watch the sessions they want, and then you can have your own login with your ticket, and you can watch the sessions that you want at the same time. So that's something really good. But we're still working into the speakers into the schedule. We're still working sponsors into the schedule because we're in early birds. But you get to see us develop and create the whole thing and bring on new people, and so it's a lot of fun. We get to work together, and then the platform opens on the 20th of January, where you can really get in there and sign in and play around and have fun. So, and connect with people from just about, I think we had 39 countries attend last time. So yeah,
it's really cool. And then they have access after the event too, right?
They do. And we're going to have a metabolic challenge. Since this is a metabolic syndrome themed event, we're going to say, okay, now take what you learned in the lectures and apply it now. And see if there's a 2-week metabolic challenge that we're going to do after the OnCon event is over. But the 3-day event, even though it ends on that Sunday with the Essential Replay Sunday, which is replays from our past conferences, that kind of align with the new theme, right? So it kind of to feel cohesive in the message. But the platform will stay open until August, what is it, August 28th? I think it is something like that. And you'll have all that time from February to August to revisit, listen to things over again, download something, connect with people, discuss on the forums, all that kind of things on the discussions boards. There's no gamification, of course, and we don't add anything new, but you can download the live Q&As and, just spend some time in there over that 6-month period, I think it is.
Yeah.
April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, it's about a 6-month period. So even though you're buying a ticket for a 3-day event, you're getting a month prior and then 5 months prior post the event. So you get a long time in the actual event platform, a lot longer than most people give you. So, and then once the platform closes, we have a showcase that you can ask for or request, and we provide it to the people at the end. And you have for a lifetime access to the showcase, which is it's not as interactive, but at least you can watch the lectures again, listen to the live Q&As, and download the handouts in the showcase. So, and that's lifetime access. So very, very good deal. And our Gapsathon, we can't wait to launch that on Saturday. We have a Gapsathon for Gap Science Foundation, and all proceeds go to the foundation to help us with our studies. So that's going to be on Saturday. We kind of overlap that with OnCon because we thought, hey, we have a captive audience. Why not?
That's right. Yeah, we want to get those studies out there, the studies done and out there to, bring GAPS to the forefront of even mainstream medicine and saying, hey, this actually works. We have scientific studies to back it up. Like, let's try this instead of, suppressing symptoms, or, hey, that's just, you drew the short straw in life. There's definitely ways to help the body to heal itself and to cleanse itself, and that's what we like. I like to say that, we in GAPS we give hope. We give hope to people that, have been to doctor, you didn't get answers, or got the answer that they weren't looking for, and there is hope. It's there, and
Yeah, and Liz said that her son is 23 now, and he had diagnosed pandas at age 7, and he's just doing great. But she said she had a hard time finding the resources and support back then. Which, yeah, I mean, GAPS was around, or was it around that time? Was it 23 years ago? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Or maybe no, I wouldn't think it was. SCD was around, specific carbohydrate diet, and some other diets. GFCF was probably around. But she says, where can I access this training later on? I won't be able to stay on for long. We're almost done. I think that's MSJ Mark. I can't really see the username, but this will be on our YouTube and our Facebook. And I don't think it connected somehow. It didn't connect to GAP Syndrome Instagram. Instagram is really fussy connecting through a third party thing. So, but it'll be on GAPS Training Facebook, GAPS Syndrome Facebook, and YouTube GAPS Training. So I can give you here. Let me get the link. Okay, so se puede particular en español. Let me figure out what that means. Se puede participar en español.
Can I participate in Spanish?
Ah, okay. I thought I knew it has. I thought
so.
Right. So Spanish, español. Our courses are being translated into Spanish as we speak. So the Certified GAPS Practitioner course is being translated, but I'm not sure if she can participate in OnCon. I think that's what she was meaning. OnCon, we don't have Spanish OnCon yet. That's coming in the future once we have our Spanish team. So not this year, but maybe next. Yeah. Her name is Jenny. Okay, Jenny, I can get you a link right now. Hold on over to YouTube. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, we our international department is headed up by Marcy Larson, and we had Dr. Natasha had implemented the international department, I think, like going on 3 years ago, and so she, Marcy and her teams have been working very, very hard to translate the GAPS practitioner training into different languages to reach more people. So we have French training, we have Italian training, and then we have Spanish coming up, and a few other languages in the works. So that's definitely, like, we had created a whole new department so that we can make that happen, because everybody deserves this, to learn about the GAPS protocol. And so we're really excited about that. And then we have plans on doing the coach course as well, like down the road. So stay tuned.
Yes. And I just put a link to today's recording of our live event, Jenny, for you in there. So you can go back and visit GAPS Syndrome's YouTube channel and GAPS Training's YouTube channel as well. And you can go and get that and listen to it. So can I get it through a PM since I can't copy from phone? I don't know how to PM you. I'm in a chat. Well,
if you want to reach out, GAPS, GAPS at gapstraining.com, we can provide that link for you too.
Yes. Okay. I'll put that in there. So Jenny, if you email GAPS at gapstraining.com, Jennifer will happily provide you the link. And Jennifer, I'll put that into Flock right now so you have it. There you go.
Awesome.
She says, okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Excited to connect with you. Yeah, I'll be with you. This is me. I'll be with you. I'm the admissions. I don't know if I said I just started talking. I don't know. I'm the admissions and student experience coordinator. So, like I said, I will be with you from the moment that you contact us interested in the training to when I'm emailing you your certification. It's just such a wonderful journey that I get to share with you as you become a GAPS professional, whether a coach or a practitioner. And I absolutely love my job. I pinch myself on a regular basis. So you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome students. You ask such great questions. I learned so much from you. And then as a community in the classroom, we learn from each other, and we just have so much fun. So I'm excited for you guys to join.
And Sarah says, hi, my autistic daughter has been on GAPS intro for 13 months. We hope it's going well for you, Sarah. Her coach has recommended chelation, but the process is making me nervous. Any advice? Okay. Well, you don't have to do anything you're not comfortable with. Chelation can be done naturally and slowly just through the diet itself. You don't have to bring in any kind of outside supplementation or anything like that. Young kids, how old is your daughter, Sarah? Let's see if she replies really quickly. I mean, chelation can be really helpful, but that's assisted chelation, right? So chelation that the body does naturally at its own pace, that just happens over time. So you can expedite things by bringing in something. Oh, she turns 5 in February. Yeah, I would say stick with diet as much as you can and work. Your coach might really want you to do that, but you have to put your foot down. If you're nervous about it, it won't be a good outcome because of your nervousness, right? So I would say try to just keep with the diet because I mean, we always say it takes about 2 full years, even for young people on the GAPS protocol to really turn the corner, right? To fully put the body's detoxification pathways back into full function, to support the body nutritionally, to flip that microbiome to a better composition. That takes time. So you can bring in things that expedite all of those processes, but sometimes they're not as helpful as just sticking with the diet and staying on the protocol and letting the body do the work over time. So I would say if you're nervous about it, talk to your coach and say, I'm not comfortable with that. Are there other dietary things we can do to support chelation, which could be juicing, bringing good fats into the body, supporting digestion, taking some detox baths. There's all things you can do naturally that will work with the body that you don't have to be nervous about. So I would say communication is key.
Definitely. Yeah, loving that liver is tremendous.
Yeah.
Loving your liver. Yeah.
Oh, she says, I've done homeopathy with her and she had a severe healing crisis, so I don't feel comfortable putting her through some such intrusive processes, but her coach is really pushing for it. Well, you're in charge. You're in charge. Yeah. So just be honest and and say, I know you're pushing for this, but we're not ready yet. We need to do some more healing. And homeopathy is amazing and it will bring about, sometimes when your body really needs it, it'll bring about a pretty intense healing crisis. And that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It isn't. But it's hard to witness it and be patient and work through it. We understand that. But on the other side of it, you're stronger. It's like having a fever. When you're on the other side of that fever, your body's stronger. It's learned something through that process. So I would say stick with the homeopathy. Maybe if you're going to talk to your homeopath and say, can we slow this down? There's always a way, Sarah, to slow it down. Step back, go more, do a gradual release of toxins and then have the support there as needed. A lot of people do go into these cleanses and detoxes, and their body's like, wait. I don't have the shuttles to get these toxins out. I don't have a way to do this that's going to be easy. Slow down, back up, take it step by step, and support throughout, and pull back more if you have to, even if it's a drop of something that you're going to put in an 8-ounce glass of water. You might have to literally put a drop of whey or a drop of sauerkraut juice in an 8-ounce glass of water. And that in and of itself can bring about a full healing crisis. So you don't want to eat a jar of sauerkraut because then or drink a jar of the juice, because then you'll really be in trouble. So it's all about baby steps and patience. And we want that instant gratification, right? We want that instant healing. Let me take a pill. Let me do this. And it just doesn't work that way. The body just doesn't work that way. So do what you are comfortable with, move at your own pace. And the body is telling you, giving you those signals, right? Pay attention to those signals. If the body says, whoa, wait, I'm freaking out, I'm getting a rash, I'm doing all these things, you moved too fast. You moved faster than your body was able to move. So you take a step or two back and you go, okay, what did we do? Oh, we did a whole capsule of a probiotic, or we did a full serving of sauerkraut. How about we do literally a dot, a drop of this, and see how the person does. And then you increase to 2 drops, and then maybe half a dropper, and then a whole dropper. And that could be over 2 months of time. And you just work with the pace of the body. So that's what GAPS is. It's taking it out, reintroducing it, see how the body responds, and then tweaking it for the bio individual. That's how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, GAPS is definitely not a reductionist diet. Like, we'll take things out at the very beginning, and if you go to GAPS intro, we'll start with meat stock and your protein and your vegetables and cooked in meat stock, and then we'll slowly reintroduce, because that meat stock and all the probiotic foods you're eating, it's healing and sealing that gut so that you're able to introduce those foods again successfully. But that journey looks different for everyone. It can be, people can move through it, progress on a regular steady basis, and some people might have to take a step back and go really slow. You didn't get, that your body didn't become sick overnight, and it's not going to heal overnight. It's definitely a journey, and you celebrate those little wins as you progress too. And it's okay. It's okay if you have to go slow. You just have to honor that journey that your body's on.
Yeah, and that cumulative effect of everything you do to help the body repair, you'll see, though, you have those little you have those little victories along the way. And then I love when people journal, because they forget how much they heal. And if they journal and they somehow document it, whether it's a vlog or a blog or a written journal or whatever, they realize, wow, in a year or two, look how far I came. Look where I was this time last year. They forget how much they heal. So she says, CN says, I've transitioned my son to full GAPS. No intro yet. Would you advise doing it without a coach? Many people have done intro without a coach, and doing full GAPS first. And I can't see your name very well. It's CN Price Fitness. But let's see. Since going to full GAPS, he hasn't had any manic night wakings in 7 weeks. I'm convinced it's right for him. It is. That's the body saying to you, we are much more balanced. We're not waking up in the middle of the night. We're not having those manic night wakings. So this is wonderful. Stick with it. How long? See, how long have you? I transitioned my son to full GAPS. Okay, so how long have you been on full GAPS?
See, I love these stories.
I love these. I love when the people come on and share these stories with us. This is amazing.
And look, after you do that and have like 6 months to a year, and if you want to make this a career path and help other people, then GAPS, you can, join us for a GAPS coaching session too.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
Okay, so she's full for 9 weeks. You know
Mhm.
what I would do? I would probably stay on full a little longer. I would go for, what do you say, maybe 6 months, Jen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 9 weeks is 2.5 months-ish, right? So
Yeah.
I would say do, 3 to 5 more months on full. Let his detox pathways heal, recover, gently detox, get some good Epsom salts baths if he's willing to get in them, bicarbonate baths, get sunshine, get him out in the elements, even if it's cold.
Yeah.
Bundle him up and take him outside. And then I would go for at least 6 months on full. And then you can assess whether he's ready to go into intro or not. And I would say that's going to probably be around spring, which is a perfect time because your body's naturally starting to detox in that February, March, April window. So I would say stay with that until spring, stay with full till spring, and then back into intro gently. And because you've done 6 months on full, he's going to be nice and prepared for intro. If you start intro and you find it's too intense, stay on full for a few more months. Try again, intro in a few more months after that. So it's a dance. GAPS is a dance, and the dance looks different for everybody. Some people do the jitterbug and get right through it. Some people literally are, taking tiny baby dance steps, and the beat is really slow and low. So, um, let's see.
And if you get stuck, a GAPS coach, you can look into hiring a GAPS coach because we teach a little nuances, so people can read the book and go through. Some people can do that just fine. Other people, they have things pop up that they don't know how to. It's like roadblocks, and they don't know how to navigate those. So our coaches and even our practitioners and coaches, we teach those little nuances, like how when this symptom pops up, how do you navigate around that symptom? Because it's important that, and Chef Monica will always say too, you have to, once you do the diet, you have to do a detox protocol because we need to be moving all of those things that you're kind of, you're jostling those toxins and stuff as the pathogenic bacteria, die off, or as you're starting to move toxins just naturally because you're choosing different foods, that you want to be sure to incorporate those detox protocols. So our coaches and practitioners are all well versed in that, how to navigate those different symptoms and what to do in those situations. So if you do get stuck, it might be worthwhile to look into hiring a coach or a practitioner. And there's tons of resources out there with our graduates. I know we share them on our social media. I have a resource email that I send out that I'm happy to share with you, about coaches and practitioners sharing their websites and their information, so you can help navigate on Facebook. I know there's groups, that GAPS diet groups, and like I said, Ask the GAPS Chef Monica group is really good. Like it has GAPS newbies, professionals, veterans, so you can learn from their experience as well. So there's lots of different resources to help you on your journey, your son's journey.
And Cian also says her daughter was becoming severely autistic, and she's now putting sentences together, writing her name, sleeping through the night, eye contact, communicating her needs. And then Sarah, and that was Sarah said that, to Cian. They were these two ladies are chatting now. So, and Sarah also says her daughter was even in the Christmas play and did the majority of the diet without a coach, and have learned a lot that a mother's gut is the most valuable tool when healing your child. Amen, sisters.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Follow the body of your child. Let the body give you the messages, and use your gut instincts and your good GAPS, healthy gut, right?
Yeah.
And that will guide you. Your gut will guide you, no doubt.
I love this saying that mothers do more research than the FBI, and it's like completely true. Like if it involves our kids, we will go to the ends of the earth to find answers. and move mountains. And I've seen so many great success stories of moms and even dads that have just put everything into, giving their child the best start in life. That, as far as like implementing the GAPS protocol, doing the ABA therapy, if they're a little bit behind and things, things like that. And they've just put great amount of work and effort. And now that child has a life that wasn't available to them, beforehand. It has future is unbounded. And I think that is such a beautiful way of honoring, your child and parenting and being a mom or a parent.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, let's see. So, CN says, so true. I want to know as much as possible. I need to understand him. He can't tell me right now. Well, you're going to see if his face might be a little puffy one day, or he might have a little anger pop up, or be defiant in some way, or, just
Gosh.
observe his mannerisms, his behavior, his state of mind, his physical body, and you let your gut guide you. So even though he can't verbally tell you right now, you'll be able to pick up on that. If there is a telepathy between a parent and a child. And ask a child, how did you know that, mom and dad? We just knew, right? So go with that different form of communication, and just, also ask. I believe in higher power. Ask for guidance and ask for support from, whether it's your higher self or your higher creator energy, whatever it is. Talk to nature, whatever your outlet is for connecting with that higher source, and that image, that those images and those answers will come through to you, so you know what to do. And it's trial and error sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're going to try something, you go, oh, that did not work. Okay, back up, try the second idea that we had, and you'll find it. So don't be afraid to fall down and get back up again.
Absolutely. Yeah. And journaling, like Caroline said, journaling helps, because then, you see patterns, or you see what didn't work and what, provoked a reaction, things like that. So that's really, really helpful. And Amy Mahali, who's one of our GAPS instructors, she has a really great My Daily Insight journal that is all for the GAPS diet that you can purchase on Amazon. And then that's really great for reporting all of the symptoms, what you're doing every day, what you're eating every day, and just looking through and reviewing what has worked, what hasn't, and how far you've come on your journey. So
Yeah, I put that into the chat.
oh,
Amy's journal. I didn't put a link, but I put where they can find it on Amazon.
will I have it? Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. No, that's it. I have all my books. Yeah. It looks like this. And move my water. I'll just show you a page. I just think it's really, really good resource to have. Like, she has, what you've
There you go.
date, what you've done. She puts a little quote right there. What's today's focus? You have what you ate, and then the detox protocols and any symptoms you've experienced. And then at the end of the week, she has a week at a glance. And so you put everything, there we go. You put everything you've done, your symptoms, things like that. So you can kind of look at, your week in a review in just one page.
Yeah,
So it's really, really helpful.
I love Amy's journal. And Sarah says she has one last question, and you don't have to apologize. That's what we're here for, Sarah. She says, my daughter poops at least once a day. Is an enema still necessary? Well, I mean, pooping once a day is great, especially per the Bristol stool chart. If she has formed stools, that's wonderful. But I would say enemas aren't necessarily just to poop. Enemas are to signal the body and the capsule of the liver and the bile flow from the liver and every cell in the body to detox. So it's more of a detox protocol rather than necessarily just to be able to go poop, right? It can help loosen that impacted stool. It can help loosen what's encrusted on the sides of the intestines if there's a lot of impaction there. But if she's pooping, and especially when you wipe, or she wipes, or if you wipe her, if it's very dirty, the tissue, that means that the stool isn't well formed. She may just be detoxing, or she may have still a food sensitivity you haven't isolated, or maybe ate a lot of fermented foods. You have to think about what might be causing that. But if the tissue is clean, relatively clean, and the stool is well formed, I don't think necessarily you would need to do an enema. Enemas are more for the detox when you're ready to go to a deeper detox, and help yes, help move the bowel, but it's more than just the bowel. That liver is involved. It will signal the kidneys and the lungs and every cell. So look at it as a detox protocol, necessarily not necessarily for something just to be able to go to the bathroom. Um, and Cian says his breath had a metallic smell this week, and he was very dysregulated. What that might that be? Metallic smell. I that would think I'd be maybe he's throwing some ketones
Yeah.
or detoxing something out of his mouth. Um, I don't know. There's lots of reasons why there can be a metallic smell to breath. Usually that would be some ammonia coming off if you're using ketones and you have that kind of dragon breath, that smell. So if he's burning ketones, that's great because his body is, using that form of energy as well as glucose and fatty acids to have energy. It could be the biome in the mouth, maybe shifting. It could be coming from the gastric environment where the stomach might be detoxing something out of there that's gassing off. It could be coming from the lungs, even because the lungs gas off a lot of toxins. So I would look at it as if that metallic smell is there, um, it's a good thing. It's a good sign, I think, either of detox and or using alternative forms of fuel in the body. That's what I would think.
Yeah, detox baths are great to help to move
Yeah.
things too and get them out.
And kids love baths, you got to get them in. Oh, here, play the toy. Most kids love baths, and some kids don't. But you can, have play games and splash and have fun. So, um, yeah.
I was
Well,
gonna say too, if you're not familiar with it, I would definitely check it out as the Bristol Stool Chart at Bristol. It has all of the different kind of ways stool can form, and so it tells you what those mean. So you want to look somewhere between a 3 and a 4, and make sure it's a complete bowel movement and not just pebbles or not just like one like tiny. You want it to be kind of a banana shaped instead of like, shoestring. So
right.
yeah. I know. I always say my son knew the Bristol Stool Chart before he knew his ABCs. He's like, that one.
Okay, she says he's been drinking a lot of water, and so she assumed it would be detoxing. Epsom salts baths we've been doing. Yes. Try some bicarbonate baths. Try some apple cider vinegar baths. Try a sea salt bath. Try a seaweed powder bath. Epsom salts are great, but they're not the only therapeutic bath out there. Think about maybe changing it up a little bit and seeing if those different compounds can pull different toxins out of the body. Yeah.
Yeah, and those detox baths are all in Dr. Natasha's both books. Blue Book, definitely.
Yeah, Blue Book, definitely.
Yeah.
Gut physiology syndrome. Yeah. So,
Oh,
but anyway, I think it's probably time for us to move on and for allow some of you to get to bed. I know Sarah just said, I got to go to bed. I said, sweet dreams, Sarah. So, everyone, Jennifer, this has been wonderful. I'll let you close, and I'm sure you have something for closing, and I'll leave. But I'm off camera because I didn't expect to be on camera today. I was just teching, but I'm glad I got to share some of this time with you all and with you, Jennifer, too.
Thank you, Caroline. Yeah, it's been really great connecting with you guys today, and I just really enjoyed. I really love to hear the testimonies and the stories that you have about successes in the GAPS protocol. That is why we're here. We share knowledge. We share our successes, our challenges. That's how we grow as a community. So thank you so much for spending this time with us. If you have any questions for me that pop up, or if you are interested and wanting to learn more about our trainings, please feel free to email me, gaps@gapstraining.com. And I will be happy to connect with you and answer any questions, and hopefully see you in a future class. So with that, I wish you all a happy holiday season, and I look forward to seeing you guys in 2025. It's going to be an amazing year. So thank you for spending that time with us. Thank you.